Now at 9, following a scary situation last week, Ball State administration is reevaluating what students need to know in emergency situations.
The Habitat for Humanity hosting an event to bring the Muncie community together.
A historic vote today for the Supreme Court. We have the latest.
And how food prices are starting to soar in the U.S.
And I'm tracking scattered showers turning into snow. I'll have more on my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching Newslink, Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Joey Moore.
And I'm Angelica Gonzalez Morales.
Is she okay? And somebody was like, I think she might be having a stroke.
Last week, a Ball State professor experienced symptoms of a stroke during one of her classes. The incident leaving students confused on what they should do.
And we were all like, oh my God. So it was like, should we go get someone? Like, what's happening?
This confusion is something Associate Vice President of Student Affairs, TJ Bricciaroli, wants to target.
So I think this really comes down to understanding bystander intervention. So anytime someone is in distress, I think it's important that folks are empowered to feel like they can ask questions.
The next step, notifying emergency personnel.
That call box dials into our dispatchers here on campus, who can also offer guidance to help navigate the situation.
Red emergency buttons like this one, which Bricciaroli says are located all across campus.
And so you're going to see them in academic spaces and in some lab spaces, in rec spaces. The blue boxes are definitely something that is a resource for our students.
But the most valuable tool of all?
Almost every student's walking around with one of the best tools in their hand, which is their cell phones. And being able to call dispatch or call 911.
In Muncie, Emily Harless, Newslink, Indiana.
Professor did come home from the hospital yesterday and is now recovering.
The Habitat for Humanity is once again sharing their passion by bringing the Muncie community together through their annual Dream Builders Society breakfast, April 21st.
Newslink Indiana's Madison Smith has more on the story.
Everything we do is right here in Muncie. So we focus on critical home repairs, we focus on building new houses, we focus on neighborhood revitalization, and we focus on education of the general public so that they can empower themselves.
Eileen is one of the many representatives that express their passion for giving back to the community of Muncie, Indiana.
So annually we put on a Dream Builders breakfast. So this is the 19th year that we've actually been able to invite our constituents to join us. The breakfast is absolutely free, and it's just an opportunity for us to share with the community and with our supporters what we're doing and why it matters in the community.
Due to COVID-19, they held their annual Dream Builders breakfast virtually last year, but this year they're planning to bring it back in person.
So this year we are back in person on April 21st at 7 a.m. and we'll be at the Horizon Convention Center. And so I think the max for the building is 700.
They are continuing to take RSVPs. The last day for individuals to RSVP for the annual breakfast event is Friday, April 8th. In Muncie, Madison Smith, Newslink, Indiana.
If you are interested in reserving a spot for the Dream Builders Breakfast, visit their website for more information at www.munciehabitat.org. Well, today was a little chilly, and I did not enjoy that at all, especially walking around campus.
Yeah, not at all. So, Jack, can we hopefully see that clean up a bit?
I hate to tell you, but we're going to have to go through one more day of this, and then it'll get a little better. So we'll go over to the desk now and see what's going on right now. Right now, as we take a step outside, we're going to be in the mid-30s right now, or excuse me, mid-40s around the state. So we're at 43 right here in Muncie. So it's a little colder than we obviously would like to see it as. Over the next 12 hours, we're going to see just a gradual decrease to a low around 38, 39 degrees then. And then as we go to our current radar, we are going to be seeing those scattered showers throughout the viewing area, and those will continue to impact us tonight, Friday, and actually Saturday. It's part of a large system. I'll be talking about that a little bit in my full as well. So what we're tracking ahead, so we do have some scattered rain, which I just mentioned. We have scattered precipitation, or excuse me, mixed precipitation for Friday, so we are unfortunately also going to be seeing some of that snow mix into the equation. But we will be seeing a return to normal temperatures come the beginning of next week. So I'll have more coming up in a little bit.
History has been made in the National's capital. The Senate has now voted to confirm Ketanji Brown Jackson to be the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court.
Jen Sullivan has the latest.
On this vote, the yeas are 53, the nays are 47, and this nomination is confirmed.
Roaring applause erupting in the Senate chamber as Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is confirmed to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court with bipartisan support. She'll become the first black woman to ever sit on the bench when she's sworn in.
It's an extraordinary day, and I think it's a very important statement today about who we are as a nation, that we put Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson on the highest court of our land.
And she really made the case that to be the first, you have to be the best.
Jackson watched the historic confirmation vote alongside President Biden in the Roosevelt Room of the White House. Biden tweeting, "We've taken another step toward making our highest court reflect the diversity of America. She'll be an incredible justice, and I was honored to share this moment with her." Jackson will be sworn in after Justice Stephen Breyer retires at the end of the current Supreme Court term, which is expected to be sometime in the last week of June or early July.
And here I see somebody extraordinarily well qualified, somebody who will make the court look more like America.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Vice President Kamala Harris appeared in the Senate chamber today without a mask after she was in close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID. Harris was alone on the dais as she presided over the vote to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. That a day after the Vice President's communications director tested positive for COVID-19. Harris' office said yesterday she would follow CDC guidelines for people who have been in close contact with a positive person. Her office specifically pointed to guidance that says those people should wear masks while around other people for 10 days. Harris' office has not commented on the matter, but a White House official says she tested negative Thursday. More than 2 years into the pandemic, many restaurants are still struggling to get back on their feet if they weren't shut down altogether. A number of lawmakers want to help them out. Today, the House passed a restaurant aid bill that would give them $42 billion in additional relief. It would also provide another $13 billion for other small businesses hit hard by the pandemic. The money would come from funds that have been set aside in previous pandemic relief bills but hasn't been spent yet.
A new study finds it's possible to get COVID again less than 3 months after you last had it. The CDC identified 10 people who had that happen to them, and all 10 of them were initially infected with the Delta variant and then reinfected with Omicron. Researchers used the genome sequencing to confirm which variants sickened each person. The shortest interval between reinfection was just 23 days. Most of the patients had not been vaccinated, according to the CDC. People who get over COVID are typically immune from becoming reinfected for about 6 months. But that immunity appears not to be necessary, protected against other variants.
After the break, how food prices across the U.S. might see an increase.
And how Google is pulling out a new feature to make it easier for the next users.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
No-knock search warrants will soon be prohibited in Minneapolis. The application and the execution of all no-knock search warrants by the Minneapolis Police Department will be prohibited starting this Friday, April 8th. A no-knock search warrant authorizes an officer to enter a premises without knocking and without announcing the officer's presence or purpose before entering. The new policy requires officers to repeatedly knock and announce their presence and purposes. It comes after 22-year-old Amir Locke was shot and killed in early February during the execution of a no-knock warrant by Minneapolis police. Locke was not named on any of the search warrants. You think you're paying too much at the grocery store now? Just wait.
The Department of Agriculture says you can expect the price of food to continue skyrocketing. Prices are already up 9% on average for the year, and the USDA says they'll go up for 4.5% to 5% more. Restaurants' prices are forecast to rise even faster, up to 6.5%. Particularly impacted will be beef and veal, which are expected to increase up to 7%. The avian flu is also causing chicken prices to go up about the same amount. Fresh vegetables are expected to see the smallest change to their current prices. There are far more available jobs than there are workers. That's according to the latest data on unemployment claims. The data shows current jobless claims match a low setback in 1968 on Thursday. The Labor Department says claims fell to 166,000 at the end of last week. That's far fewer than the 200,000 or so economics predicted. Continuing jobless claims, people who have filed for benefits for at least 2 weeks in a row, stood at 1.5 million at the end of March.
A match made in low airfare heaven. That's what JetBlue is hoping. It just made an unsolicited offer to Spirit Airlines for $3.6 million. The offer could mess things up for a deal in the works between Spirit and Frontier Airlines. They've been planning to create a budget airline powerhouse to better compete with American, Delta, United, and Southwest Airlines. But the folks at JetBlue want to do something similar with Spirit, calling their offer superior. Spirit said it's evaluating the offer, and Frontier is already on the offense, saying a JetBlue-Spirit merger wouldn't be good for travelers. Google just rolled out a new feature that makes it easier for users to search for things that are hard to describe. Today, the company unveiled a new search option that allows you to combine text and images in a single question. For example, you could take a picture of a couch, upload it along with the word chair, and you'll be able to find ones that are similar. A Google executive says the multi-search feature is experimental for now. It's available for U.S. users with the Lens feature on Google's mobile app. At this moment, it's expected to be used for shopping-related searches.
A big legal win for British musician Ed Sheeran. Sheeran has won a high-profile copyright case over his 2017 hit song, Shape of You. The verdict came down today in a London High Court. The judge ruled that Sheeran did not copy grime artist Sammy Switch's song, Oh Why. Switch claimed he plagiarized a key part of the 2015 song. The judge said he did not deliberately copy elements of the song.
And coming up for the weather, we are quite a bit colder than we were 24 hours ago, but I'll have more when the heat returns.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours.
Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It's currently 9:16 and we are looking at a live view over campus. Campus looks very quiet today. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a chilly walk to my car. Jack?
Yeah, it's going to be a little colder than usual, unfortunately. Actually, right now we're about 10 degrees colder than we were 24 hours ago, so that walk is going to be a little brisk there. So we're at 10 degrees colder there in Indianapolis, sitting at 9 degrees colder as well. Looking at our current temperatures right now, we're going to be at 43 degrees, 41, which you may say, oh, that's kind of mild. Not when you factor in that current wind chill that we have right now. So we'll be at 39 and 33 for Indianapolis, respectively. So you do want to make sure you do have a coat with you this evening. So we take a look at our radar right now. We can see that there are some scattered showers moving through the area, and let me tell you, those aren't going to stop anytime soon. There's a big system to our north that is going to keep on pumping these scattered showers through our area. As we zoom out and we can actually take a look at this system, this is a beautiful thing right here. This is like a Picasso painting to me, because right here in Wisconsin is going to be the low of this mid-latitude cyclone. And as you can see, it's got a beautiful counterclockwise motion, and it's moving all this moisture towards us in Muncie. And another cool feature about this cyclone that we have right now is you can see that rain snow line right there, and that's going to be where it's above freezing and below freezing, which will be denoted by either rain or snow. So it's pretty cool to see something this active on the map that's affecting us right now. So as we're looking at our forecast for tonight, we're going to be mostly cloudy, low of 38 degrees, but we have those winds gusting from the southwest at 30 to 40 miles an hour, so that's where that wind chill is really going to factor in. As we look at tomorrow, we're going to start out at 38 degrees, a little colder, with unfortunately some mixed precipitation then, and then it should be leaning off around noon there. It should at least be above freezing by then, and by 5 p.m. we should be at 45. So let's look at precision cast. As we can see, we have that mixed precipitation moving on, and it's going to be rain for most of the day, but look at this. We are starting to see some spots, which means that temperature is going to be dropping. And as we can see here, we're going to be dealing with some snow come Saturday, and it's going to be pretty much throughout Saturday. However, it's not going to be all Saturday, thankfully, and it will not accumulate either. But this is a good thing, because on Saturday, you can kick back, turn on CBS, and watch the Masters, because you're not going to go outside. It's lovely outside. Just you and Jim Nance take it in. It's going to be lovely. 41 with rain and snow. It's going to be horrible, but inside it'll be lovely. And then on Sunday, we're going to be mostly sunny with those winds shifting from the southeast, bringing all that warm air to warm us up a little bit. And we're going to see that sun, which is kind of nice, because we're not going to see that sun for a long time. So as you can see, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be dealing with that mix. Sunday, we're going to see the sun, and look at this. Whole lot of gray. We do have some chances for some severe weather coming Thursday and Wednesday that we are taking a look at right now. So we have that to contend with, so we have to really cherish Sunday right now.
Yeah, and I see 70 there on Tuesday, and I cannot wait for that.
Oh, it's very nice that it's going to come back to that, but unfortunately we got to get through this little stretch there, and then we kind of get that reward later.
Right, and it looks like the good weather's finally starting to come in time, and especially with today being opening day, it's perfect timing.
It really is. I'm a little disappointed about the weather, especially since I was looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah.
But that also does mean I guess I have to keep my umbrella out, because I was ready to put it away, but now looking how gray and nasty it's going to be next week, I'm not really happy about that one.
Yeah, it might be a little late to put that umbrella away, but like I said, it is opening day today, which means it's baseball season. So Andy, I'm sure you've got much more to say about that.
That I do, Joey. One Muncie baseball coach on the brink of a milestone, and the MLB and Masters kicking off today. All of this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. I'm Andy Newman with sports. Ball State softball has been forced to adjust their schedule in just their second home series of the year. The change due to incoming winter weather here in Muncie. This weekend's series versus Ohio University has been pushed back to a Sunday doubleheader starting at 1 p.m. and a single game on Monday starting at 1 p.m. as well. Moving over to the soccer pitch, Ball State Soccer will play their final home cup spring game of the year. The Cardinals have played 4 games up to this point, starting at the end of February. On Saturday, Ball State will either play Cincinnati, Kentucky, or Xavier at Racing Louisville FC's stadium, depending on how they finish in their individual pods. They will finish their spring schedule against Notre Dame on April 22nd. The Wapahani baseball program is a storied one that is loaded with rich tradition and a history of winning. With the season underway, they're on the verge of celebrating another milestone in their legendary coach's career. Newslink Indiana's Caleb Zuver has more.
The Wapahani Raiders are off and running with the 2022 spring baseball season. And with it comes the 38th go-around for head coach Brian Dudley. The skipper's happy with how things have begun for his squad.
These kids have been together, they tend to like each other. They play well together as a team, and that so far it's helped us in our first 3 games.
A 3-0 start isn't surprising for this program. It's expected around these parts. And as Coach Dudley is only 12 wins away from 800 for his career, he says he tries to focus on each game one at a time.
When you get there, it's kind of a big deal, but for that, I just take one game at a time and try to get a win.
There is always turnover within a high school baseball program, and senior catcher Luke Willman is taking on the challenge that so many others have under Coach Dudley in this program, filling in the leadership role.
We had a lot of underclassmen. We lost 5 seniors last year, but all those underclassmen really stepped up and worked really hard.
But how is 800 wins and a 38-year career achievable with people graduating year after year? Willman says it's because Coach Dudley cares about his guys not just on the field, but off of it as well.
The way that he instills character into every single one of his players. He wants you to be the best person you can be on the field and off the field, and I really like that about him.
The Raiders continue play with a doubleheader versus Homestead this weekend. In Muncie, Caleb Zuver, Newslink, Indiana.
Keeping things on the diamond, opening day has finally arrived for Major League Baseball after a rocky offseason. Opening day coming as a surprise for many baseball fans due to the months of deadlocked discussion between the MLB and the MLB Players Association over the collective bargaining agreement. The discussion led to the cancellation of many spring training games, but with two sides finally reaching an agreement just last month, it looks like the regular season will go ahead as planned. Taking things over to Augusta, Georgia, with the Masters starting this afternoon. Day one of action is now over. Leading the pack after just one day is Sungjae Im with a score of 5 under par. Tiger Woods is also back in his first Masters since his car accident just 14 months ago. He sits at 1 under par and looks to win his 6th green jacket. Tune into Cardinal Weather tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. as our own Bryson Savage and Zach Greer break down the action. And guys, obviously, Tiger Woods doing a lot of really, really good stuff after being in a car accident just 14 months ago. Isn't that crazy?
That is so crazy.
I'm so surprised.
It's awesome to see him performing so well at the Masters this early on. It's great to see him out there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm super surprised. But this has happened so many times before. He's had so many issues and been able to come back from them. And I mean, he knows this course better than anybody. So I'm just not surprised that he's doing so well here so far.
Yeah, it attests to his greatness. Thank you, Andy. After the break, one iconic rock band back in the studio for the first time in nearly 30 years.
Plus, one final look at weather. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Back in the studio for the first time in 28 years for iconic rock band Pink Floyd, as the band will be releasing a new song tomorrow. Hey, Hey, Rise Up will feature David Gilmour, Pink Floyd's original guitarist, as well as Nick Mason on the drums. The song will also feature vocals from Ukrainian Boombox, as Gilmour was encouraged by their performance in central Kyiv in the protest of the Russian invasion.
Pour yourself a cold one, because it's time to celebrate the world's most widely consumed alcohol beverage. Today's National Beer Day. Did you know beer is the third most popular drink worldwide? Coming just behind water and tea. On April 17, 1933, President Franklin Roosevelt took the first steps towards an end of prohibition, signing a law that allowed the sale and purchase of beer as long as it was below 4% alcohol by volume. Now, let's just take a final look at weather. Jack, what do you have for us?
Yeah, looking at our 7-day right now. Friday and Saturday, we're going to be dealing with that rain, snow. Sunday, we're going to see the sun for the first time in a long time. On Monday, and then pretty much Monday through Thursday, we're going to be seeing gray and rain, and especially we're looking at Wednesday and Thursday for that potential of severe weather.
Thank you, Jack. That's all tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to theballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.